Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lucas with Habits of Holiness, and today I want to talk to you guys about if you're actually doing what Christians are supposed to be doing. I was thinking about this the other day, and I was thinking, people share the gospel, and they say, follow Jesus, believe in Jesus. And I was thinking, it's so simple, and it's so beautiful. And then I thought of the verse, faith without works is dead. I was like, anyone who hears the gospel for the first time, if they find a Bible and flip it open to Romans or James, and they see faith without works is dead, they might run for the hills. And so the question is, when you become a Christian, what are you actually supposed to do, and how do you know if you're doing it, and how can you track if you're doing it? And one of my favorite books that I've read, I haven't read it in a long time, I really should, but it's The Celebration of Discipline by Richard Foster. And this book, Richard Foster breaks down his list of 12 spiritual disciplines, or as I like to say, holy habits, because it sounds less hard and more nice. And he breaks these down and says, celebrating these disciplines, not viewing them as chores, but viewing them as a means to know God, and a means to love other people, and a means to grow spiritually and in so many other ways. And so I was thinking, how do I know if I'm actually doing what I'm supposed to do as a Christian? So I started journaling with the spiritual disciplines once a week, and I use Richard Foster's list of 12, and he breaks these down into three different types of disciplines. The first is inward disciplines. I've got the list right in front of me. And the inward disciplines are meditation, prayer, fasting, and study. The outward disciplines are simplicity, solitude, submission, and service. And the corporate disciplines are confession, worship, guidance, and celebration. So these 12 things, that basically sums up a lot of the fundamentals of the Christian faith. And so first, take a look at this list of these 12 things. I'll put the list in the description. Are you doing these things? Do you meditate? Do you pray? Do you live simply? Do you serve others? Do you go to worship services? Do you take time to confess? Do you celebrate? All these things are so important for Christians. And faith without works is dead. If you say that you're a Christian, but you've never done any of these things, I'm not going to judge you, but other people can say, well, you don't do anything that Christians are supposed to do, so are you a Christian? It's a really humbling question. And for those who maybe do these things on a regular basis, are there any that you don't do as often? I know for me, this is a topic for another video, but when's the last time I fasted? As an American, I love food, and Americans love food. And I've heard people visiting Taylor University, people from Africa and from Europe, and they say, American Christians do not fast. But in Africa, I talked to this female pastor, and she said, we fast every Wednesday. And I was like, what? That's just crazy to me. So for me, as I'm journaling for a few weeks now, I've said nope, I have not fasted. No, I have not fasted. So I'm really getting on myself, it's time to just skip a meal and pray and come before God. And I keep myself accountable. And it's a really good system by looking and just taking stock every week of, am I doing what Christians are actually supposed to do? Hopefully for me and hopefully for you, over time, you can see that every week you'll hit all 12 of these things. And before long, they'll just become second nature, and you'll find yourself closer to God than you were before because you're engaging in these practices. So take time to really see, are you doing these holy habits? And there's a reason why we do them, because they put you in the presence of God. They help you to love others and feel the love of others, feel the love of God, and to do what Christ did. So if you want to try out this system of journaling, I'll talk more about it in the description. I'll give you the list of the 12 spiritual disciplines, but every week just write out the list and just say, did I do it? Did I not? It's that simple, and you can keep yourself accountable. If you do it, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear how it goes for you. And if you have any questions, as always, let me know. This is Lucas Hagen with Habits of Holiness. Thank you so much. Until next time.